This is the fish. In this video, we will break down how they did that, some tweaks to make it tighter and a little prettier, and a step-by-step process. Okay, so the very beginning, the base starts behind. JB, if you will take a step off to the side. The base has not changed. Once again, it is in a bit of a modified second. He'll stay planted on the floor. Let's have a wider base to show them, Jason. Now this one in particular, he needs to start wider than he normally would. Because once he gets her up in the air for that lean at the end of it, if he's too narrow, let's see the narrow, when he picks up, he's gonna have to shuffle his feet out in order for it to get there. And it's not gonna look as clean. So, JB will enter. The base does not need to do anything now. So, this is once again a romantic or sexy move as it starts. She can be doing this, he can hold her tight. Go ahead and just hug her, Jason. Just both hands hug. Good. So that's all it is. Good. Now what's going to happen is see how he is not starting in the erect, long spine position right now. That is going to come in immediately after. This move can start from here in a bit of a slow dance. Now what's going to happen is while he gets here, knowing that he's about to get into this move, the flyer signals by wrapping her arm around the nape of his neck. Okay? Once that happens, it's going to open up for his right hand to go to her ribs. Once again, this is safe for the ribs because we are supporting, not lifting. So go ahead and slide the hand there. Now slide this hand to her hips. Good. Now we're still looking very sexy. You can just go into a dance. They can shake their hips, do whatever it needs. We don't know. But what he does know is that he's preparing. We have 1, 2 on the ribs, and 3 over here. This hand will ultimately slide to behind the leg, and this will be the lifting mechanic, right into the support on the ribs. Go ahead and release that one. Keep everything else. Now, during this, while he's doing that, he has to think of 2 things at once. Can you do it, Jason? Good. Now, the second thing, while he's thinking about his hands, he has to think about the actual base. He's going to move his legs wide. Remember, so he does not have to shuffle it later. The legs going wide, toes pointed a little more out, Jason. Good. And this move is all fluid. This is just a step-by-step breakdown. It's going to be very quick so that we don't see all of this cheese and things that don't look as pretty. So go ahead and continue. Let's get back to that position. So hands are to her ribs. She's there. It's romantic. One hand goes to the ribs. One hand goes to the hips, slides down as he widens his base. Now, what's going to happen is once again, they're going to have a little bit of a plie sinking partners. This is a great exercise to do here because it's not the typical in front like we worked on before. So all we're gonna do is, because she has only one leg to plie with here, you guys are gonna do 3 plies together, and they are going to know, and we'll be able to tell if their energy is completely synced. So go ahead, begin your 3 plies. Up. Very nice. So, go ahead and release. To me, they look like they're ready to go into the move. How do you guys feel? Good. Good. One of the most important things when doing partner lifts is the partners communicating to each other. So, check in with each other.
How are you feeling? Is your neck and shoulders okay?
I'm alright. How's your leg and everything?
Good.
Good. Alrighty, so we're going to go right into the lift now. The idea of all of these lifts is the element of danger. Now that is just perceived by the audience. That's also something that is perceived as sexy because of a risk and an animal instinct that comes in us with the fight or flight, which leads to what is adrenaline. But I'm not going to get into all that. But the idea is that why that applies to us is it needs to look that way to the audience. As we broke it down step by step, it's extremely safe and easy. The little plie jump right into the dig is going to look breathtaking. It's going to look like she's going to smash into the floor, what's about to happen, and when it ends in such a beautiful pose, that's what makes this move really complete. Okay? So let's do the step-by-step again. Let's start it off with a hug, just a regular hug. Hugging there. Now she's going to give him the cue, which then cues him to go here. At the same time, he's widening his feet, comes down, and then they're going to sync their energy for the plie, and then it's going to go right into the, let's just do the plie and get her up in the air for a second, Jason. Don't go to the dip. Ready? It's on you guys. Good. We had a little bit of a modification, so come down. We went right back into another move. So all it is that from here, let's lift her and just keep her here. So her body and the lifter's chest down to her legs are facing outside in a presentational way to the audience. So as the base, all you need to do is think about for the plie is down and just hold her here for a second. The only thing that makes the dip, so I can be a little clearer, is that with the wide base is you're just bending one leg and keeping the other one straight because we plie up, and then all it is a slight lean. Now look how much I'm leaning. I'm not going all the way to here. I'm not overextending anything. All it is right here, and that's enough to make all of our energy look like it's going to the floor, which translates as danger, okay? So let's just go ahead and just go from here, Jason, the lift, and we'll pause here. Ready? And make sure that the hand is on the side, not on her stomach, does not look as pretty, always on the side, so we can see all the beauty of her dress and her face. Ready? Good. Right? Now let's hook this leg a little bit for now. Okay? Like down. Good. And we can straighten that. Now switch. Hook this one and straighten that. Now Jason, go ahead and go to the lean. That's all it is. She can look to the ground. She can look at him. Put your hand on his face. That's another modification. Good. Now reach straighten. He goes right back to the plie and comes down. So when he was here to dismount safely, or rather, right here. He comes back is to the same base formation we use for everything, plies her down, and comes up. So let's do it with the dismount, okay? And to the side, cues are there, bodies are close, sinking energy, touches his face, comes up. Good. And the flyer will always keep eye contact with him up until the very end in order to tell the better story of the connection. Okay? Now, I would like to do it one last time, and let's focus on a little bit of the flux of it all, the flow. Ideally, which we're all still learning it, ideally it would just be coming here, a 1, 2, 3, and down. We can do a pause, and then let the down come slow, but either way, getting into it, it should just be right around here, setting up, up, there, okay? So let's do it again, just a little bit more of a flow to it. So he hugs her from behind, there's romance, there's something going on, she gave him the signal, comes there, they go, dips, comes back, and down. And that is the fish.
Right there!